CB Smith Reserve for this round 14 clash between the Moreland Zebras and Nunawading City. My name is Dominic and Joe. I'll be your commentator for today's game. Joining me in the commentary box today is Joe Sala.
Thank you, Dominic. Welcome to you too, listeners.
Go through the starting lineups for both teams, Joe. Starting with the away team visitors, Nunawading City.
Number 5, Nicholas Agrikakis. Number 9, Devon Bond. Number 1, goalkeeper Jordan Franken. Number 19, Lee Jealous. Number 25, Finn Lennon. Number 23, Taj Minikon. Number 3, Kaya Miyakawa. Number 8, Masamu Madoka. Number 12, Matthew Ogana. Number 21, Jacob Richardson. Number 11, Borbor Sam. Number 6, Spiros Vlahos. And number 17, Fahid Ben Kalfalah.
And for the home team, we have the starting lineup. Number 15, Ibu Kapar. Number 16, Davide Cardamone. Number 9, Alec Goodwin. Number 12, Malesh Jadal. Number 1, Andre Genese. Number 7, John McLean. Number 6, Rashid Mahazi. Number 8, Josh McMonagall-Ihas. Number 5, Daniel Petrov. Number 20, Tiziano Slongo. And number 11, Jacob Williams. Both teams ready on the park in their respective huddles. About to get things underway here as the match official makes his way to the centre of the park, Joe. In for an interesting contest today, I think.
We are at that. The league positions belies what could be a fairly interesting clash tonight. Today, Dominic, we've got several A-League performers with the Nunawading team. None to mention Fahid Ben Kalfalah, Masamu Madoka and Taj Minikon, all with multiple A-League caps under their belt. And the Zebras not gun-shy in that regard either. Captain skipper Rashid Mahazi has his own 67 caps for Melbourne victory. So it'll be a good test for the boys in black and white tonight. Make sure we keep our ascendancy.
Definitely. Welcome to all our listeners here and abroad, overseas as well. We've got some listeners, Joe, so warm welcome to everyone listening here on Zebras TV, live from marvellous Moreland here at CB Smith Reserve, as we've just ticked past 3:04 p.m. here in the afternoon. It's a nice and sunny day here in Melbourne. Warm top today, actually, Joe. It's going to be a top of 16, which has been a little bit cooler during the week, but we've managed to get the sun out today and looking for a great day of football under the beautiful sunshine of Melbourne.
Well, the auspices of Melbourne weather is that it must be marvellous in Moreland, and today has been nothing but short, nice and crisp morning, Dominic, and the birds were out nice and early, and the afternoon's continued on in the same light. So we're eagerly awaiting today's contest.
As Alec Goodwin steps up to the centre of the park now to take the kick-off for the Zebras. We've just got some issues with one of the nets on one end, Joe, so the match officials all happy with that now. Running a little bit of running repairs there, so that's all sorted.
Yes, the officials making sure that their job's done. The Zebras will be kicking towards the land track side of the ground, which is the southern end. Land track and the endless turf side of the ground.
Yes, we thank all our major sponsors for 2018 who support the club. Without our sponsors, the club unfortunately can't be where it is. So kick-off is underway here at CB Smith Reserve. Zebras with possession now. Mahazi with the ball. Comes out wide to Petrov. Petrov with the ball. Back into the middle to Cardamone. Cardamone distributes out wide. Finds Tiziano Slongo. Just getting their touch early, the Zebras. Back to Ibu Kapar. Ibu Kapar to McLean in the middle. McLean still keeping the ball for the Zebras. Goes to get the pass through to McMonagall. Can't, but turned over. Zebras still with possession. Mahazi now. Out wide to Ibu Kapar. Back through the middle to McLean. McLean back to Kapar. Back into the middle. Brilliant ball from Kapar into McMonagall-Ihas. With the ball now. Gets pressure there from Madoka, but able to get rid of it. And out wide to Petrov.
Nice build up here by Moreland Zebras. Ball in.
And it's in! It's an early goal!
Alec
Goodwin with the opener for the Zebras.
11 passes,
done.
Dominic.
Really done. Yep, exactly right, Joe. 11 passes combined there.
Moreland Zebras goal scorer, Alec Goodwin, number 9.
As you mentioned, Joe, the passes were put together there from the Zebras. Nunawading unable to get the ball from kick-off, and the Zebras with the early disposal into that box, and brilliant finish from Alec Goodwin. Can't get any easier ones than that.
Zebras 1, Nunawading 0.
Would probably have to be one of the quickest goals of the season, Joe, I think. 2 minutes in, not even 2 minutes.
Yeah, but not a fanciful one at that. It was 11 full-blooded touches by Moreland, create some space, got him behind a lovely ball into the area, and Alec Goodwin made no mistake from that distance.
Great close in there from Malesh Jadal on the wing. Wins the ball, gets the ball out to safety for the Zebras. So, fantastic start from the Zebras. Want to build and consolidate on this now. So, Malesh with the ball now, turned over. Nunawading still with the ball, trying to get it out of there, but Zebras take over control. Win the ball back, trying to find the card, Modi can't. Nunawading coming through the middle now, through Ben Kalfala, trying to get an early touch. Dispossessed though, Zebras doing well. Comes back out wide.
Sprays it out wide.
And turned over. Ibu Kapar with the ball now, linking up with McLean again. Brilliantly done. Tiziano Songa with the ball, retreats back to Genese. Genese with the new hairstyle there, Joe. It's become a little bit of a theme here at the Zebras after Rashid Mahazi.
Yes, it's probably going to show my age, Dominic, but it looks a little bit like Billy Idol to me, going back to the 80s while I was in my heyday.
So Ibu Kapar takes the throw, looking for McLean again. McLean trying to do the flick on, can't beat the two Nunawading players. Nunawading with possession now, coming back through the middle. 3 Zebras players just closing the ball, win the ball back. McMonagall House with the ball now. Goes through, takes a sort of shot there, and that goes wide of the Nunawading goalkeeper's goal for a Nunawading goal kick. So frenetic start here from the Zebras, brilliantly done. Not giving them the easy options out. Madoka now with the ball in the centre of the park for Nunawading. Looking for Kalfala in the middle, he finds. Kalfala tries to turn. Get a little bit of a nudge from Theo. Brilliantly done there, but referees found a free kick against McMonagall House on Ben Kalfala. Madoka with the ball to take the free kick for Nunawading. Goes back through the middle, finds Kalfala. Kalfala distributes back. Magical with the ball, back to Kalfala. Turned over, Malesh wins it back for him. Holding there from Ben Kalfala. Jadal in the middle, back to Goodwin, the goal scorer. Back out wide to Jadal. Jadal gets across in, and then Goodwin McLean was behind there putting the pressure, and the Nunawading defender had to kick it out of play for Zebras' first corner of the match.
Well, so far, Dominic, Moreland Zebras enough of an attacking option to get in behind Nunawading on a regular basis, have the defenders, facing their goal, which is always a bad omen for defenders. We've succeeded once. The play's been crisp, accurate. One finishing is on the board. We'll see how it happens from here on, but good start by Moreland. Want to capitalise on this if we can.
So McLean for the Zebras to take the corner. Some of the big timbers up there, so Tiziano Slongo in there. Goodwin, the goal scorer, being heavily marked there. Don't want to give him too much space again this time around. Nunawading. Cross comes in, goes front post. Goodwin!
Oh, he side foots it into the net. Could have been 2 for Alec Goodwin there, but a lovely side foot, unfortunately, straight into the side of the net.
Don't think he realised he had that much time, Joe, but quick goal kick taken there by Nunawading. Distributing back now. Goodwin putting the pressure on. Jadal wins the ball back for the Zebras. Brilliantly done by
Zebras making him earn it. Well, bit of a hand there. Unlucky Jardel not to get the free kick. McMonagall has it.
Brilliantly done. Cardamone now with the ball. Comes out wide to McLean. McLean, one to beat to try and get around and get the cross. Looks for his option, tries a cross, but it's come off an Nunawading player and it's gone out for a throw-in. Good start from the Zebras, Joe.
Yes, indeed, Dominic. We need to capitalise. Ebu was available for that from John McLean, but Johnny Mack decided to have a shot at goal, resulting in the throw-in. Ebu right back to Tiziano Slongo. Every one of the Zebras getting a much needed value touch early on. Here's Jacob Williams. This time gives Genesi his second touch of the ball. Looking to go wide, comes wide this time, but not a good option. Touchline on the Mirabella Lighting touchline side. Nunawading, in they come. Slongo gets his head to it, doesn't want to concede a corner here, or gets unceremoniously dumped by the attacking Nunawading player, and the resultant free kick will go to Moreland Zebras.
Genesa coming across to take the free kick for the Zebras.
Just in front of the Degani Coburg Hill sign. Great sponsors, Degani. Very loyal followers of the Moreland Zebras.
Genese just gives himself a little bit more space there with the ball, brings it up out of the corner. So Genese, long kick taken, going down the ground, looking for the run of Alec Goodwin, can't find him. Nunawading able to pick up the loose ball now. Back to their goalkeeper. Back across to their number 3 in Miyakawa. Miyakawa retreats back to their goalkeeper in Franken. Franken now comes out wide. Looking for the touch
Well
there.
in by Ibu, giving him no space. Zebras hunting in packs at this stage, making sure Nunna don't actually settle on the ball.
So retreat to their goalkeeper Franken. Franken still with the short one. Don't want to go long because they'll turn it over. Coming through the middle now.
Bit scratchy. Mahazi bites a bit unfairly there, according to the referee.
I think the player for Nunawading went down a little bit too easy for my liking there, Joe. And
there's not much of his stature there, so maybe it was an easy roll to go forward onto the floor. We're going to make him pay here at some stage, and indeed we do. Mahazi skips in front. Decides to go long. A wicked shot deflected off to the central defender. This time Nunawading go wide. They've got to run on with Borbor Sam down the left-hand side. He's gone one past defender. Borbor Sam in close. No. Outstretched leg of Slongle.
Decent breakaway there from the Nunawading players. It all started from the central
one slip up.
Yep.
One slip up created that roll-on effect, and Zebra's unlucky. Here they go short. Borbor Sam with Kalfalar. Back to Kalfalar. Decides to come back, still maintaining on the ball. Milish Jardel giving to him. Kalfalar stroking round. A lovely ball inside, but
picked up by
up.
Genese. Easily picked up. Genese now takes a bounce.
Very low.
So with the ball, Genese distributes, goes long. Looking for his teammate in. So Nunawading with the ball now. Comes out wide, back to Madoka. Madoka with the ball. So Madoka takes it. Comes through in the middle now. Looking for his options there, but nothing doing. Zebras zoning off really well. Still happy to keep it in their half. The Zebras zoning off. Ball comes through the middle now. Just unbelievable how the Zebras, Joe, whenever Nunawading get that ball through that dangerous part in the middle, you've got 2 or 3 Zebras players just close and put the pressure on straight away.
Indeed, hunting in packs makes it hard to hang on to the ball, although they're free here. Out on the left-hand side, inside to Kalfalar, plays a 1-2, nice and crisp. McMonagle on the case, though. Borbor Sam looking to do the same thing, skips across again. Got some wicked touch, throws himself on the floor and does get a free kick. Referees judged that Daniel Petrov has shouldered him out of the road, so it'll be virtually a free kick in the corner position for Nunawading United. Couple of times Borbor Sam was able to skip past a couple of defenders there. It just needs one thing to go wrong and the flow-on effect is quite evident. Bit of speed. Zebras will need to be mindful. Kalfalar stands over the ball. Zebras zonal marking and man marking. Genese goes short. Could be a throw in, and it is indeed.
Yes, throw in it is. Carfala with it now.
Takes it early.
Turned over. Jardel wins.
Jardel just missed out there, unfortunately. Nunawading throw in again. Kalfalar receives the ball in a tight position. Not even the magician can get out of that, but they get another throw in. Nunawading. Zebras haven't boxed into the corner. Don't come out. A bit of miscommunication there. Nunawading get another corner. So Milish Jardel was leaving it for Daniel Petrov, and Daniel Petrov leaving it for Milish Jardel, which resulted in a Nunawading corner.
So second corner of the game for them now.
Yeah, a bit of unwarranted pressure here on the touchline. Don't want to give too many away, but Massimo Madoka stands over the corner. Delivery this time goes wide. Kalfalar drifts in. He's made his way into the box. He's still got it. Nobody wants to go too close. They're just standing him up. Tiziano Slongo.
Brilliantly done.
David Cardamone this time makes it out and wins the 50-50. Rolls it on for Alec Goodwin. It's on here. Not enough Zebras in support. Too much of a gap. Looking for support now. No, still on his own. This time, Milish Jardel. Rashid Mahazi. Ooh, falls over, loses out to Madoka.
Free kick though, a little bit of a questionable free kick there, but
doesn't matter.
I guess he gave one before and he's squared up the ledger there,
they
referee.
call that the square up indeed, Dominic. They call that the square up. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast, and the pitches are live and clear. Today brought to you by Metal Form Group and Essendon Jeep.
Tatiana Slonga with the ball now, back to Williams. Williams out wide to Petrov. Petrov, long one over the top.
He's found some space.
And
he's going to score his
second. Yes, he has. It's a second goal for the Zebras. Brilliantly done. Alec Goodwin with the brace for the Zebras.
Goal Moreland Zebras, goal scorer number 9 with a brace, Alec Goodwin.
So Moreland Zebras take a 2-0 commanding lead early in this first half. Nunawading players complaining about the possible handball, but referee said nothing doing, and play was resumed, and Alec Goodwin gets his brace for the Zebras. Zebras 14 minutes gone, sorry. It's Zebras 2, Nunawading City 0.
If you motion with your shoulders to get a control of the ball, it always looks like you're going to throw a hand on it. But to be fair to the boy, I think he's done the right action.
He has,
there.
yeah,
He's
definitely,
resulted
Joe.
in the goal.
Yep.
Zebras still hunting in packs here, making sure Nunawading can't play their style. There we go. One bite, one turnover. Unlucky. Ebu Kapar was on his bike there, but adjudged to have been foul.
So Nunawading with the quick free kick taken. Looking for the options. Goes long over the top, looking for Ben Kalfala, but finds Petrov's head. Petrov brings it down to Jadal. Jadal in the middle of the park. Back to Mahazi now. Mahazi switch over the top, looking for McLean, but it's too far for him, and it's gone over the line for another Nunawading throw-in. Zebras looking very commanding position at the moment, thanks to the brace from Alec Goodwin. So throw-in comes in. Looking to square it back through the middle, finds Madoka. Madoka under pressure there, free kick awarded to him. Quick one taken now, we've got knock out wide. Looking for his teammates down the line. Can't find anyone. Retreats all the way back. Looking for Kalfala. Kalfala trying to find Madoka in the middle, but Zebras zoning off well. Still keeping them in their back line. Nunawading trying to get through. Nothing doing there. Cut off. Mahazi. Zebras win the ball back. Goes through. Brilliantly done. Wins the throw in there for the Zebras, and Ibu Kapar will come up and take the throw in for the Zebras. Just over the halfway line. Mirabella side of the ground in front of the grandstand here at CB Smith Reserve. Kapar with the throw. Looping one over the top, finding Goodwin. Goodwin brings it down the ground to McLean. McLean now holds possession. Mahazi back to Kapar. Kapar back to Slongo, and Zebras consolidate and still keep possession. Pressure coming now all the way back to Janeze. Beneze, touch. Long kick over the top. Looking for Petrov out wide. Petrov got Kalfala to deal with on the end there. Wins it back anyway, Petrov. Gets checked from behind, and it's a free kick there for Daniel Petrov. Brilliantly done by him.
He cherished this contest, Daniel Petrov, against the likes of Fahid Ben Kalfala. He's a player on the rise, Daniel Petrov. His 4th season with Moreland Zebras, and stepped up at least 20% every season.
Mirabella medalist as well, Joe.
And a Mirabella medalist to boot. So Daniel's a star on the rise, whereas Ben Kalfala is probably someone that he could just cherish the experience against.
Yes.
So the Zebras haven't stopped their urgency, trying to keep Nunawading from playing out of the back. Goodwin controls it brilliantly. Going to shape up and has a shot.
Comes off his teammate there.
Comes off John McLean's back. Otherwise, it was on target.
Goal, yeah, looking goal bound that one, Joe.
It was on target. I'm sure Franken doesn't want another reason to pick the ball up out of the net, but Moreland Zebras looking every inch the league leader at this stage. Long way to go yet, though. No one's counting any chickens, Dominic.
No, definitely not yet, Joe. Nunawading with the ball now in their back line. Trying to look for the ball forward.
Kapar bites. Ooh, they try to get out, and they get out this time.
But Tatiana Slongo there.
Slongo knocks it away. Great defending by the Italian.
Brilliantly done. Brings it down. Now looking for the runner, Jardel, but the retreats back to McMonaghy-Huss. McMonaghy-Huss back to
keeping possession.
Petrov back to Mahazi. And Jacob Williams with the ball now. Zebras just knocking it around. Happy to just settle now a little bit.
Slongo's brought a touch of class to the group this year.
Definitely has, Joe.
Just lifted his stakes from last year. Had an impressive debut season for Moreland. Petrov Again, looking for the run of Alec Goodwin, and he does find him. Alex one-on-one.
And the referee's called for a
unceremoniously
penalty.
down.
No. He's got him for dive. No, what's he called?
You're joking.
He's given him a card for...
No,
No,
it's a free
yellow
kick.
for them, but
It's a free kick for us.
Free kick? I thought
Just
it was
outside the box.
Okay.
Looked fairly closely a metre inside the box for from me. But then again, I'm not officiating. There's a linesman there, and all's well that ends well, Dominic. But that looked quite clearly for me, well inside the box.
So I thought the rule was, Joe, if it was a penalty awarded, then a yellow card would be given. But being the last man, he was running on goal, should have been a red card or a penalty and a yellow card. Not.
I think you're correct, and if you listen back to the tape, I think my explanation was that he's got in front and he's one-on-one with the keeper in a minute.
So
But
free kick anyway on the edge of the 18-yard box inside the D. You got McMonaghy, Haas, Goodwin and
JMI looking quite keen, but Josh Mack says, I'm a bit of a roll, and Alec Goodwin won't want to pass this up.
Definitely not.
And I think JMI.
Shot taken, goal!
Yes.
There it is, an easy one there for McMonaghy.
JMI.
Takes the free kick and puts it away there for the Zebras. So goal scored there by Josh McMonaghy House. So Zebras take a commanding 3-0 lead. 19 minutes gone here at CB Smith Reserve. And the Zebras putting the foot down early here, Joe. They're not giving the Nunawading team any time on that ball and any time on the scoreboard either.
I'd say 21 minutes in is a pretty good scoreline.
Katamoni with it now. Just get mixed up there a little bit with Slongo, but they sort it out. Genese goes for the clearance.
Not the best of clearances, but
it's not. Petrov managed
makes
to make a little bit of it and gets rid of it. Brilliantly done there by Petrov.
All the social media aspects are working hard at the moment just to try to keep touch with the game's proceedings, but it's a pleasure to do so. We find ourselves 21 minutes into the game, and Moreland Zebras lead 3-0 over Nunawading.
So Nunawading with the ball now. Coming out wide, airport side of the ground. Trying to get through the middle, but there's Zebras boys everywhere. Ball turned over to Petrov. Petrov with a looping ball back to Genese. Genese still got it under control. Sends it back to him and says, nah, I don't want those sort of balls down this way, but finds Goodwin down the middle. Goodwin over the top to McLean. Brilliant ball. McLean on the end of this one now. Zebras putting the foot down early now in his first half. McLean with it. One to beat. Finds Katamoni. Katamoni with the ball. Looking for his options. Trying to get the cross through. Finds, brilliant turn by McLean. Takes a shot. McLean and just over the bar. Brilliantly done there from the Zebras. You can see, sense it early, Joe. They want to be have put this game to bed well and truly in this first half and not give Nunawading even a sniff in this game. Ball gets now through the middle. Short again by Nunawading. They're trying to build up the play and trying to get it out early that way, but it's not working for them. Zebras getting numbers back behind the ball and closing down their every aspect of play. There he is, turnover in there. Zebras with the ball now. Ibu Kapar comes back through the middle, finds Katamoni. Katamoni pressure on there. McMonaghy House retreats back to Tiziano Slongo. And Slongo has a bit of time now to recover. Back to Ibu Kapar. Kapar now, all the way back to Slongo. Slongo, back to Genese. Genese takes a touch, looks at his options forward. Tells his teammates to make a run, finds Williams. Williams now just under a little bit of pressure. Turns around Kalfala though. Kalfala looking a little bit sluggish there a little bit early now, Joe. I think the 21-hour flight from America yesterday has taken its toll on him.
Well, if social media is to be believed, and sometimes it's not, Dominic, as we well and truly know, but Ben would just barely be time to recover from a long flight like that. But nonetheless, the game's not over, and plenty of work for both teams to do yet. But I've got to say, Dominic, I'm fairly impressed with the spring, the attitude, and the willingness for the front three to work really hard to give themselves every opportunity. The midfielders support cast for both back and front, and so far, faultless display by Moreland Zebras.
Williams now with the ball for the Zebras. Takes a touch, looks for his options. Not a great deal of rush there, so back to Tiziano Slongo. Slongo with it now, back to Ibu Kapar. Kapar, forward to Mahazi. Mahazi turns. Brilliantly done. Gets checked there, and it's a free kick there for the Zebras captain. Referee comes across and just has a little chat to Nunawading number 14, Antoniadis. Christopher?
Yeah, young Christopher there, not entirely happy with being led around on a merry chase, I'd say, Dominic.
No, definitely not. So, Janeza now with the ball back to Williams. Williams out wide to Petrov. Petrov. I think they've made the switch here on that wing with Kalfala and Bobo Sam. He's gone out wide on Petrov. Back through the middle, Cardamone. Back to Janeze. Janeze takes a touch. Back in the middle of Cardamone. Cardamone turns. Out wide to Tiziano Longo.
He just marshals it so well, Cardamone, with the back.
Control there by Uber Kapar.
Gives
Kapar brilliantly
good
done.
work by Kapar.
1-2 link up there by Kapar and Mahazi. Kapar into the middle though. Loses possession.
He's turned it over. Needs to get back in the slot now, but Madoka singling and a little bit of back chat between the Nunawading players is a good sign for Moreland Zebras. They're off the boil at the moment, so we're looking to take advantage of that.
Brilliant ball over the top. Malesh trying to get through though.
Williams sent a nice ball from Malesh, who just got ahead of himself, but Goodwin doesn't pick it up. Madoka now floats the ball up. Kalfalar traps neatly, goes out wide to Borbor Sam. Looking up for options, no one moving. This time he goes on his own. In between the nest, herd of Zebras there. Borbor Sam, don't want him to run too far with the ball. Sprays the ball wide, and a great looking ball here for the winger of the Nunawading. Cut inside, all Zebras. The skipper cleans up. Ooh,
not too convincing.
Not on the same wavelength. There was Ebu Kapar, resulting in a corner for Nunawading. Just inside the Crocams sign. So great supporters of Moreland Zebras, Crocams. Want to get your vehicle singing nicely? Crocams, the gear to get it going.
Here's Nunawading with their fourth corner of the game. Short one taken, links up with Madoka. Anthony, comes out wide to Madoka.
Madoka looking to stretch in that box. He doesn't.
Hints the throw there.
This time,
gone out for
it's a goal kick, and Cardamone makes sure that it's not in favour of Nunawading. So generally marshalling the crowd pretty well is Rashid Mahazi. David Cardamone sitting back a little bit. I'd not seen him too far forward at this stage. Maybe it's a plan for Falstor Diamichis to just keep him ticking over at the moment while in control of the game. Kapar nods it on. Nunawading pick up. It's a flippant one, and it goes out to the touchline.
Kapar with the throw in now, halfway line, Mirabella into the side of the stadium. Retreats, goes back to Tiziano Slongo. He's got acres of space there in the back. Links up with Mahazi in the middle though.
Well, Mahazi puts himself under stress here. Gives Madoka a chance. He overruns it. Stays on his feet. Tried to do the right thing, but just overran it.
So Nunawading with the throw in.
Madoka eager to get the ball. Hooks it back. Oh, there's a free kick. David Cardamone has his shorts tugged and stretched aside. Goes a bit too early for my liking. Ball comes straight back. Kapar has to deal with it and does. Mahazi gets a flick on to Joel Schmack. Oh, David Cardamone comes in hard but fair.
Brilliantly done. That's what we want from the Zebras.
No 50-50 chance. Goes unchallenged here for Moreland Zebras. Good signs. To their credit, Nunawading sticking at their pattern if they can get it rolling. Just been unable because of the fierce pressure as the Zebras hunt in packs.
Nunawading with it now. Coming through the middle, looking for the run. Kalfala making it out wide, but ignored. Now goes over the top looking for him. Kalfala to bring it under control, but Malesh there putting the pressure on. Zebras win the ball back through Petrov there and catch over the line for a throw-in for Nunawading.
Sublime foot skills by Ben Kalfalar, as you would expect.
Throw-in comes
Melbourne
in.
victory medalist.
Yes, victory medalist. Comes out wide now.
They're forcing them to retreat, and this is exactly what the Amichas would be expecting. Nunawading unsure as to do. Back to the keeper, Franken. 40-yard pass backwards in order to switch sides. Kiwawa. Apologies for our Japanese listeners, get the name wrong.
So with it now, Kalfala. Centre of the park there now. For their defensive half. Goes for the ball through the middle, looking for his teammate. Can't find him.
Rashid,
Mahazi,
lovely ball.
McLean now with it.
Johnny Mack looking to go inside with his left, cuts it back. Not good enough, doesn't clear the first player. Boo has to, Malicia's a chance here. Boo's got to get back here. Ball Sam showing what he can do with the ball at his feet. And delivers a nice ball, but Jardel back.
Clears it.
He's run a fair bit and says, I'll put this one out.
Throw comes in now. Carfullo with the ball. Looking for the option forward. Takes it. Looked like a pass there or a shot, but ball cleared by the Zebras. Centre of the park now. Madoka for Nunawading, but only as far as Josh Mack. Now links up with McLean. McLean to Goodwin. Goodwin back to Josh Mack.
He's got to get on his bike, Josh,
He's
and
got
does.
Brilliantly done.
Engine.
Ow, just wide. McLean over his head. Brilliant build up there from the Zebras. Strong hard ball there, won by McMonagle House Joe, which is great to see from the Zebras player.
He's got such a big engine. He was able to bullock his way to the front and establish a clear connection to the ball. And Johnny Mack wasn't that far away, John McLean, from tapping that in.
No, short one taken there by Nunawading, once again. Not going the long ball, Joe. They said it's been turned over because the Zebras are just too high in their back line to clear those easy balls over the top. So they're trying to build their way through. But you can see the Zebras are just zoning off well in that midfield and not giving them that easy option. Yeah,
look, so I respect their style. It is their style. They're a good ball-playing side and should be shown that respect. But there's ways to counteract those sort of styles, and I think Moreland's got it right today.
Definitely. There you go. Another long ball over the top trying to find his teammate. It's gone out for a Zebras throw-in.
The sign of the long ball is that it's not working anywhere else. So if we can do that, then we'll get out of trouble. And so far, Moreland's had all the answers. But it's not a game that we're taking lightly. No biased commentary on this side of the fence near the Mirabella lighting side. Give due respect where it's warranted. Ciano gets himself in a mess. No, he doesn't. Able to get out of it. Helped along. David Cardamone on his preferred left side. Now he's getting further up the park. Can he create? Looks inside with his right foot to John McLean. Bit of space. Melissa Jardel opens up. Oh, just gone a little bit beyond him, but great vision by John McLean. The last delivery wasn't the absolute best. And Moreland Zebras there untouched for 6 or 7 passes going out of the back to the front. Their own level of skill sets, let alone Nunawading. So very entertaining game to watch at this stage.
So short one once again from Franken, the goalkeeper for Nunawading. Comes out wide and McLean there with the elbow. Gives him a little bit as well after he's down. Not easy, not any easy balls to be won here today by Nunawading, Joe. Zebras making them every bit. There he goes,
Mahazi's winning everything in the middle that's loose. Jardel giving it away. Murdoka taps it on.
Carfullo back to...
is that Calfullo?
Calfullo, yeah, he's dropped back a little bit now, Joe. So he switched with the Bobo Sam. Sam's gone out wide. Petrov got his hands
again,
full there.
Mahazi. Fights his way back, ends up with the ball again. Starts again.
There's a free kick called here for the Zebras, centre of the park.
Is it an infringement on David Cardamone or first infringement on Rashid Mahazi?
I think it might have been the infringement on Mahazi there, Joe.
Yeah, the skipper's just adjusting his... maybe he's right. Nunawading pleading the case, but... referee won't hear of it. Luke Camilleri, one of the young referees in the FFE, doing a sterling job so far. One of the up-and-comers.
Songo, short one to Mahazi. Bringing out wide to McLean. McLean with the ball now.
We'll have to go around him now.
Ball goes out. Wins a throw-in for the Zebras, though.
First option wasn't the right one, and got himself boxed in, but was good enough to get the throw-in for the Zebras, which Ebu Kapar will take. Goes inside, deep in the box, knotted away by Nunawading. Again, Mahazi controls it, skips it out to Kapar again, looking to get on his left side. He does so now. Can he get the whip across? Does so. Just goes behind the goals.
Nunawading to take another goal kick.
Good to see the confidence of the young player being able to get forward on the left-hand side. Last week it was fullback Daniel Petrov that caused the turnaround. This week Ebu Kapar goes in to bite, gives Mahazi the ball, an easy ball. Josh Mack
Takes a shot.
Goes
Deflected, I think. Yes, it was. And it's gone out for a...
No, it hasn't gone down the street. So
just over the fence there, Joe. So the ball's still in just over the fence there. The marshal scramble across to go and get that ball.
Sincere thank you to Moreland Council for providing that that access gate up the southern end of the ground to allow us to collect our $200 ball. So once again, marvellous Moreland.
McLean with the corner for the Zebras. Ball gets delivered in. Looking for the head there of the Zebras. Gone up in the air off an Nunawading player.
Well, Franken keen to see it into his arms. He's scooting around. Oh no, he's unsure. Nunawading, a bit like Cage Lion at the moment. Not quite sure.
Which way to go.
All the body language actions are there, but here we go. They find space this time. Can they get out? No, been retreated back. Alec Goodwin positioning himself between the two centre halves, making it very hard for the centre half to go. He has to dribble round. This time he goes out. They still haven't come out.
No, still
Moreland Zebras doing a great job trying to lock him in. This time they switch sides. Madoka comes back to help. I'm going to move forward. Looks up, bit of vision. Goes short to Kalfalar. He goes backwards again. Nunawading happy to hold the ball. Moreland Zebras keen to just lock him in there. Just waiting for the slip up. All quite technical, looking for burrows and little holes and so forth. Tiziano Slongor this time. Mahazi, unfortunately, rough tackle, misses out. Borbor Sam. Rolls McMonigal.
Brilliant done by Jacob Williams.
Jacob Williams says, no thank you, not today. Borbor Sam with outstretched arms. I've done the hard work, where's my support?
Nothing doing there.
The young West Australians created quite an impression the first half hour or so, Dominic, with his...
He has, yep.
Loopy runs down the right-hand side, the left-hand side, correction. Able to skip in and out. Good, powerful build of a player. Ebu Kapar, the youngster. Not quite 21 years of age. Finds Josh Mack, knocks it on for Alec Goodwin. He knocks it on again. McLean's in the box this time, shapes up.
It's a shot,
ooh,
just hits
he holds it, Franken. Holds it from a stinging shot from John McLean. Malish Jardel just there for the tap-in, but it wasn't to be. Franken held onto it. Kalfalar gets caught. Has to go all the way back to full back. Zebras biting at every opportunity, forcing Nunawading to actually play in their own half. This time, centre half gets his head up. Not quite sure. Not quite sure. Goes short. Comes back again. I've got it. You have it. There we go. Trying to find the gap now. Kapar up to it. Gives his keeper a touch.
Referee's going to reach in his book now. He's had a few chances there.
Yeah, and
Antoniadis has had his third or fourth chance.
Well, that's his second behind play, so to speak, incident, and he won't want to be doing another one because it'll be a red after that. Couple of warnings there for the Nunawading. Obviously frustrated, Dominic, with today's proceedings.
Yes.
As Moreland Zebras seem to be dominating proceedings at this stage.
Kapar getting up. All good after that late tackle. And Tiziano Songo with the free kick. Dare say he'll go back to Genese. No, he's looking down the ground now. Ignores the option there. Goes long. Looking for Goodwin, who nearly
gets his head to it.
Does.
John Mack too wide to get that. Franken says, I've got the ball at my feet again. Bit scratchy. Kalfalar gets his head to it and puts it out toward the coaching box in front of the Barry Plant sign. Barry Plant, good sponsors, loyal sponsors of Moreland Zebras Football Club. Mahazi gives Tiziano Slongor a touch. He goes wide in the air.
Not convincing though there from Nunawading, but managed to retreat it back to their keeper. Franken with the ball again now.
Just good enough, Dom, to get his head to the ball.
Yep.
Franken says, this time I'll go long. And long they go. Slongor, knock away. Nunawading not able to get hold of it. Cardamone says, here, Ebu, you can take it. The youngster looks up again. Goes to Cardamone, he's short. Oh, David flicks it on, put his right foot. Can we get the seconds? We do. He's good enough to get the seconds. Maybe a bit too long. Nunawading not hearing of it.
No.
Not hearing it in their back half. Anything that's a little bit curly, Dom, they're putting out for the throw-in.
Suits the Zebras 100% fine, Joe, especially with the numbers going forward. So
don't want to take a chance. Nunawading with the ball loose in their front third. as the Zebras have pounced on every mistake.
Unlucky there from the Zebras. Couldn't control it there, McLean, and it's gone out for a Nunawading throw-in. Nunawading with it now. Looking down the line. Only finds the head of McLean who brings it down. Now Cardamone. Oh, almost linked up there with
Just overran
Goodwin.
it. Alec Goodwin had more time than he thought then. Might have been able to trap it and turn around himself. There was a bit of space. Kalfalar comes wide this time.
And managed
Nunawading headed backward. We're back into the full back position. This time he goes in for the centre half. Moreland not letting him breathe at this stage. Bit of a pirouette there by the centre half. He's touched it about 15 times. And there we go. He's looking for a pass in the middle. This time he finds it, but bitten by Tiziano Slongo, and he puts the ball wide. So there's no second chances for Nunawading as Moreland Zebras are on the bite pretty early. Borbor Sam tries to trap it. JMI, he's better. He does so. Really Mahazi, start again.
Yep.
Jacob Williams gives Petrov a touch.
Petrov now. Taking his time, looking for the options, doesn't find it, goes to Williams. Williams now with the ball.
Almost 40 minutes in, Dom.
We are 39th minute. Petrov go to clear it, goes now over the top, looking for Alec Goodwin there again. Goodwin lets it go through. Jadal running onto it now. Defender to beat, but then once again, Nunawading just with the clearance out. They're not taking any more chances, Nunawading. Like you said, Joe, as soon as that ball gets in that back line and looks a little bit iffy, they'll kick that ball straight out for a throw-in, which suits the Zebras 100% fine. Petrov slowly making his way up there to take the throw-in. Petrov with the throw for the Zebras. Goes, finds Goodwin. Goodwin back to Petrov. Petrov with the cross, low and hard. Jadal with it now in the box. Can't get the shot on. Back to Petrov, and he just lets it trickle over the line for another Zebras throw-in. 40 minutes gone here at CB Smith Reserve. It's Moreland Zebras 3, Nunawading City 0. Thanks to 2 goals from Alec Goodwin and a free kick from Josh McMonagall-Ihas. Antoniadis now with the ball, comes in the middle, finds Madoka. Madoka back to Kalfala. Kalfala with the ball now. Comes out wide.
There we go. There's the turnover. Can Cardamone bite? And he does.
Yes, and it's another free kick there. And
does he get a yellow card?
Yes,
and he does.
Late tackle there from
the K Miyakawa, the number 3. Miyakawa receives a booking for the professional foul on David Cardamone as he was streaking towards a one-on-one with the keeper. Not quite the last man, had one more defender to beat.
So second yellow card of the game for Nunawading.
K Miyakawa. Nearing half-time here, Moreland Zebras with a free kick. Alec Goodwin likes the distance.
So does Josh Mack, I'm sure, Joe.
Oh, look, Alec Goodwin said, no, I'm going to take this. And not much of a step up. We've seen Alec score a penalty with, off one step, but I'm not quite sure that the 40-metre distance is going to be what we're requiring here. He's confident. And this time he does.
Oh, brilliant save.
Oh,
that
was
was
a
goal
lovely
bound,
shot.
Joe.
Lovely shot and an equally very good save by Franken to deny Moreland the 4th in the first half. But I've got to say, Alec Goodwin's got a bit of cannon behind that right foot.
It does. It needed a decent save, and especially after that fantastic shot there from Goodwin. And you mentioned, Joe, his one-step approach.
Yeah, one-step approach for a penalty. This one I thought was a step and a half, but he's got a bit of lead behind that punch for the ball. This time it's gone in short. Mahazi flicks it on first. Tap in!
Mahazi!
And Moreland Zebras race to a 4-0 win just before half-time.
Brilliantly done there by Rashid Mahazi, the captain for the Moreland Zebras.
Goal Moreland Zebras. Goal scorer uncertified at this stage. Moreland Zebras 4, Nunawading 0.
Brilliantly done there by, we'll give it to Mahazi, Joe, I think. He had the shot that took a deflection, so Zebras take a commanding 4-0 lead. So Mahazi with the goal there in the 42nd minute here for the Zebras. It's a Moreland Zebras 4, Nunawading 0.
Goal scorer number 6, Rashid Mahazi.
So Nunawading with the throw in now. Mirabella side of the ground. Boys going in hard. Kapar with it now. Mahazi wins it back for the Zebras. McLean looks for the ball down the line. Still keeps it in. Ball goes out, and it's out for a Nunawading throw-in. Throw comes in. Look for Madoka, who finds Antoniadis. Trying to link up there, but Tiziano Slongo comes in and takes over. Geneza now with it. Goes to the clearance. Goes a risky one over the top, but finds Petrov. Brings it under control with his face, I think, there. Controlled it with.
That's got to hurt.
Out wide. It does, but McMonagally has now with it. Looking for Jardel Malesh out wide. Trying to win it back, but doesn't. Nunawading win the ball back. But here goes Mahazi. Ever reliable. Rashid Mahazi wins it back for the Zebras. Now through the middle. Was looking for the run there, Williams, of one of the midfielders, but Zebras players weren't aware of the pass. Ball turned over. McLean puts the pressure on, doesn't give him the option there. Brilliantly done there. Ibukapar comes in. You can see, Joe, every time the Nunawading players get it in their attacking half, you've got 2 or 3 Zebras players that are closing and just putting that pressure on, not letting them get
They
that
are
easy ball
indeed,
through.
Dominic. It's been happening all game so far. Not letting them breathe.
So we're into the final minute of this first half here at CB Smith Reserve. Moreland Zebras 4, Nunawading City 0. Thanks to a brace from Alec Goodwin and individual goals from Josh McMonagallihas and captain Rashid Mahazi. Zebras win possession again. McLean goes through the middle of Cardamone. Back to Alec Goodwin. Goodwin with it now. Goes back down to Tiziano Slongo. Slongo with the ball. Retreats across to Jacob Williams. Williams with it now out wide to Petrov. Petrov being closed there by Kalfala. Petrov takes him. Brilliantly done there by Petrov. Walked right around him. Petrov now with the ball delivered into the middle. Can't find the ball through though. Malesh Jadal, with the ball. All the way back to Williams. Zebras just happy to hold it now. Final minute of the first half. Comes out wide to Kapar. Kapar with it. Back to Cardamone. Cardamone brings it down. And accidental handball there, but still called there by the referee. So Nunawading will take the free kick in their half. Madoka, quick one in the middle to Fahid Ben Kalfala. Tries to get past Rashid Mahazi. Pressure put on. Brilliantly done there by Williams. Goodwin, sorry. Goodwin now.
Mahazi leaves it for
out
JMI.
Brilliantly done there. Now out wide to Malesh. Jardel with it. Crosses coming in and headed wide by the Nunawading player. Needed to get a touch on it because John
needed to get a touch. Bit like a punch-drunk boxer at the moment at around 15, just trying to stay on their feet, Nunawading, as the Zebras pile on some more pressure just to add to their misery, Dominic. These days are rare in football, but when they come, you've got to take full advantage.
Exactly right, Joe, definitely. So Ibukapar coming across now, just taking his time now, just winding up the clock. It's 45 minutes already gone, so we are in injury time now here at CB Smith Reserve. Fourth official just about to signal the additional time to be played. So Cardamone with it. Takes it to the corner. Gets past the Nunawading player. Malesh now. Lays it off. Shot taken. Oh, save there. Josh Mack with the
so
the
far,
shot.
Franken's been their best player, I've got to say. He's kept 2 goals out, and that was the 3rd one. So it could have been embarrassingly ugly here at this stage, but the game's not done. So more to do for Moreland Zebras as we strive to make sure that we understand that we're on top of the table at this stage. Playing like the side needs to play. Plenty of touches there for Madoka, Borbor Sam. They're rotating it amongst themselves.
They have been, Joe, but they just haven't got the players around them that they need to sort of link up and create that.
Zebra's waiting for the time to pounce. There it is, and the turnover happens. No, it doesn't this time. He skips away, Borbor Sam. Bit of strength about the boy. He's still hanging on to it. Cardamone, he's equal. Johnny Mack says no, it spills out to Borbor Sam again. He's on a rush here. The ball was too long.
Brilliantly done. Genese picks the ball up there for the Zebras.
Kalfala saw what he thought was an opening, but Andre Genese first at it, just in front of the perfect timber floor side of the ground. The boys will be looking forward to some Rosengold fruits at half time.
Malesh now brings it down for the Zebras, attacking half.
Well, gets in front of him, does
Malesh
Jardel.
Gets through.
He does, looks up, has time to look up, maintains possession, looking for an option, finds Petrov. A nonchalant squeeze, this time comes inside, turns on the afterburners, can it spill over? No, it doesn't. He singles a corner.
Yep, gone over the line, so it's another corner for the
just
Zebras.
looked like he wasn't interested in the play at that stage, Daniel Petrov, and all of a sudden the afterburners went on, one skip over and he's through to the inside of the box, Dominic.
Turned it on and he was in, Jay, definitely.
Very entertaining game of football today. as Moreland try to cement their position.
We'll give you some updates at half-time, Joe, from around the grounds with other games being played.
We'll certainly look forward to that as the Zebras try to strike again at the endless turf side of the goals.
So it's John McLean there with the corner. Designated corner taker for the Zebras. Got the numbers up.
2 hands up, it meaning it's coming there. It does. He nods it down. Good one. Mahazi keeps it in play. So does McMonigal. Or Josh Mack wants to have a go at it. This time does. Doesn't get it. He's still in there fighting. He's picked a free kick. But I'll tell you what, Dominic, the epitome of what we're all about today was just there. Yeah. The Zebras fighting very hard to keep the ball in the 40-yard box. I just can't believe, Dominic, the amount of game that's played behind this pole. So the lighting tower here just doing its job again. I'd estimate anything up to 12% of the game.
So Nunawading with it now. Retreat back to their goalkeeper in Franken.
And here's the pressure. Still won't allow him to come out.
Comes through. We've got Nunawading with the ball now in possession. Coming back through. Long one coming through. Here we go now. Ibukapar with the ball. Tries to get it back for the Zebras. Retreats back to their keeper again in
Franken, bit nervous. This time goes out. The ball's not great. And Nunawading just happy to get it out of the zone.
For a Zebras throw-in.
Kapar finds Goodwin in the box. A touchdown. He wasn't expecting it to get nodded behind him.
No, and ball crickles into the hands of Franken. Franken goes out wide now with the throw to Fahid Ben Kalfala.
Let me move it on, says Franken. Kalfala lays it back to Madoka. Looking to go short. He does so. Kalfala with a 1-2.
Bringing down there Petrov with it. Retreats all the way back to Genese. Genese, long one over the top as
half-time.
Half-time whistle blows here for the Zebras at CB Smith Reserve. It's the Moreland Zebras 4, Nunawading 0, thanks to 2 goals there from Alec Goodwin, 1 goal from Josh McMonigal-Ihas, and a goal there from the skipper, Rashid Mahazi. Joe, we'll get some updates from around the ground now. Scores being played in MPL 1.
I look forward to coming back after half-time, Dominic.
We'll see you at half-time, after the half-time break, Joe. So just some scores from around the ground today. Half-time from around the ground. It's half-time Dandenong City 1, Ballarat City 0. Half-time Eastern Lions 1, Werribee City 2. Half-time Langwarrin 1, Brunswick City 2. Half-time between Melbourne City 1, Melbourne Victory 1. North Geelong half-time is leading 1-0 to Murray United. And Sunshine Georgies 1, Springvale White Eagles 0. And 37th minute, it's Box Hill United 0, Whittlesea Rangers 0. We'll have a break now for half-time. We'll rejoin in the second half here at CB Smith Reserve. It's the Zebras leading 4 goals to 0.
Some progressive scores from around the grounds. Langwarrin half-time, Langwarrin 1, Brunswick City 2.
Welcome back, listeners, to CB Smith Reserve for the second half here of the round 14 clash between the Moreland Zebras and Nunawading City. As referee just about to get things underway here for the second half, and what an impressive first half from the Zebras, Joe.
Yes, indeed, Dominic, it is, and let's hope it continues on the same vein.
So, about to get things underway here. Carl Fuller in the centre of the park to take kick-off for the... and there's that issue with that net again, Joe.
He's just not convinced that it's any good.
No, so the linesman going there again to sort it out. And the referee gets us underway here.
As Moreland hoisted out, the goalkeeper Janeze looks out wide to the left. Ebu. He goes inside, no one there unfortunately, but it's gone out for a throw according to the referee. And indeed it does on the touchline. Does it that?
Ball taken in now. Looking for the player forward there. Zebras win it back through McMonagall. He has in the middle. Retreats back to Tiziano Slongo. Back to trying to find McMonagall. Yes, but can't. Turned over.
Bit of urgency here from Nunawading as they want to try and make amends quickly. Oh, lovely ball thrown in.
But the ball's gone out. And he's a goal kick there for the Zebras.
Just overrun there by Madoka. Tried to get his boot to the ball. No, Madoka's over here. I wonder who that number 8 was, or is it indeed a number 9? My correction, it's number 9, Devon Bond. Just ball was running a little bit too quickly. He's gone out to the touchline for a Janeze kick in.
Goal kick there for the Zebras.
The sun starting to cast a fairly deep shadow here. Janeze, apart from the rather handsome crop of white hair, is missing a cap.
Janeze with the goal kick. Goes long, straight down the middle of the park, looking for the head of Goodwin.
Hand in the back there. Goodwin doesn't get it. Knocked on by McMonagall.
Brilliantly done.
Jardell's going to make something out of nothing, and he doesn't. Goes out for a goal kick. Moreland with their sun in their eyes at the moment. Nunawading. Johnny back.
Turned over.
Ebu collects it. Looks inside for McMonagall. Or he outstretches. No, wins it back again. There's the epitome of Josh McMonagall. Never gives it up and comes out with it again. Rashid Mahazi cleans up for Jacob Williams. Spreads it out wide to Daniel Petrov. Petrov looks up, looks in, goes out. Lovely ball into the pocket for McMonagall. He finds Malish Jardell. Going to do likewise.
And touch off a Nunawading player there, Jay. Goes out for a Zebras throw-in.
Indeed, a Zebras throw-in in front of the Crocams side, just near to the Garney corner.
Petrov with the throw now for the Zebras. Hints to go long down the line. Into the box, calls his players in there. Throw comes in, brilliantly done. Over the top, finds the shortest player in the park. Madoka wins the header. Back to Petrov.
Petrov
there, taken late by
Bobo Sam.
He's going to reach into his pocket, the referee.
Bobo Sam collects his first yellow card of the game for a high foot on the Zebras full back Daniel Petrov, Mirabella medalist 2016. Correction there, could be 2017, my correction.
Yes.
John Mack stands over it. Bit of finger pointing and shuffling here. Nunawading defenders in the line. Tiziano Slongo standing offside at this stage. It's a fine line between good and bad, but he's still there at the moment. John Mack says, I'm coming now. Slongo will have to double back and go forward, which I find a bit strange, Dominic, but nonetheless, here we go. He does just that. Lovely ball into the box. Oh, Kalfala saw the danger before Alec Goodwin has a tap in and nods it over his own bar for a corner. That's the likes of that.
It is.
See, the standing offside position, Dominic, you've actually got to, as the player runs in, you've got to motion back and then come forward again. So I'm not quite sure of the wisdom of that thing, but I see it around the leagues in the world, and I'm still unsure as to the benefit.
Bit of a decoy for the goalkeeper just to throw him off, but really doesn't do anything for the keeper. He's got no concern whatsoever with what that player's doing there. But
just chews up a bit of nervous energy for us.
so
Corner.
Comes in. The head of Jadal goes high up in the air in the box.
Keeper doesn't get it. Cardamone. Oh, it hits. It hits Slongor.
I think he might have just had a brain fade there, Joe. Yeah. Defended it instead of letting it go through. But
it hit Slongor. He got in the way of a cannon from Cardamone, which could have made the scoreline. It was definitely on target. And Nunawading breathe again. Zebras throw in as the temperature changes indoors. We're actually we've eliminated it. So we have all the access to technology at Marvellous Moreland.
Ball comes in now.
Ebu forces it to go wide, and a corner again for Moreland Zebras. High up the line, both fullbacks so far. Zebras keen to press the advantage. Only Jacob Williams back. Rashid Mahazi ahead of him. Ebu this time slides back into the left position.
Zebras still not happy with the 4-goal cushion, Joe. You can see they're still pressing here and they still want more goals.
Look, there's nothing wrong with playing your football, Dominic.
Ball lovely. Comes in. Header comes through.
Cardamone doesn't get his head in. Kalfalar hoiks it away. Ebu gets ridden under the ball, still gets his head to it. Oh, Jardel picks up the scrappy one. Hoists it over to no one in particular. It doesn't go wide, doesn't go left. It just goes to the keeper. Petrov sees the ball with aplomb. One touch back to the keeper. Geneze again, one touch back to Petrov on the right-hand side. Zebras looking to make him pay. Alec Goodwin being sent down the channel. The defender, Kiawa, gets it. Malish Jardel dances round once, looking on Ben Califalar. Skips over, doesn't get past him. The veteran, Wiley, doesn't allow him to. He's got to retreat to Petrov. First time in, getting a lovely ball, but a bit too far. But Cardamone's onto it early. David Cardamone this time looks inside for Johnny Mack. Plays the inside ball for Josh Mack. Makes some space for himself. Looks like it's going to be a goal kick. They come off a Zebra then.
Goal kick called there from the match official.
I have the feeling that one more goal is just going to bury Nunawading at this stage. By no means do we take our foot off the pedal, Dominic.
No, definitely not. So Franken here for Nunawading with the resulting goal kick. Looking short, but finds the player short. Goes again. McLean putting the pressure on. Ball comes out wide. Mahazi wins it down now for the Zebras. Over the top, finds Goodwin. Goodwin with it now, turns, takes it across through, comes off Madoka, back to Goodwin, back out wide. Cardamone with it now, outside the 18-yard box, cross along the ground, but can't find his teammate, and Nunawading clear the danger.
Just near the Rosengull wholesale fruit and vegetable side of the ground. Scoreboard clearly stating Moreland Zebras 4, Nunawading 0. Throw in. Cardamone back again, gets another throw in. Ball stays in play for a second, and Ebu Kapar gets another chance to throw it back in. Moreland Zebras continuing to apply some pressure. Won't let Nunawading out of that back third. David Cardamone, long throw into the box. Alec Goodwin gets his head to it, flicks on, another corner. Well, he doesn't get his head to it. The defender knocks it out to his side netting. And Moreland Zebras keen to press the advantage here. Some anxious strolling in and out by the Zebras football department here, quite anxious. 4 goals not enough for them to curb that little bit of anxiousness. And it comes.
Free header there, but no one doing. Cardamone with it now. Comes back out wide to McLean. McLean takes a touch.
Drags it inside.
Cross comes through, off the player.
Oh, Tiziano can't get his head to it. Ricocheted everywhere. This time Nunawading try to get out. Ball Sam. He hangs onto it, stays on his feet. Could have got a free kick, and this time the referee says, yes, it was a free kick. Plays it inside for Kalfalar, who's come very deep to collect the ball, and Murdoka, both in that centre-half position role. Full-backs must be high and wide, and they are. Ball Sam on his own down this side. Tiziano Slongor's made some good pace back. Rolls the ball back to Geneze. Genese finds Slonger again behind the pole. Comes out wide. Colfalar gets his head to it just for David Cardamone to pick up. Cardamone to pick up. Looks Jadell on his right side, making a bit of space. Oh, no.
Just no communication there from the Zebras.
No. This time they've got a bit of numbers through the middle. This is where they're dangerous. Colfalar with the ball at his feet, looking forward. Goes wide to Borbor Sam. Borbor Sam will look to come inside, and he does. Going to get fire a shot at goal, and he does, and the young winger has scooted it over the bar, but we can't afford to have that gap in the middle.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Joe. Is that their first strike on goal for the match?
Indeed. I'd imagine you're pretty right.
Yes, yep.
I did say to Andre Genesi, I don't want to see you in the highlights reel with that hair.
No.
And so far, he's been good to his word. Keeper says, just get a run on here, son. We've got the clock happening. I find a bit curious. Nonetheless, Genesi looks up, goes to the right-hand side, and this time gets too much purchase on it and says to the fourth official, that's for you.
So Nunawading with the ball in the centre of the park. Kalfala looks out wide, goes over the top.
On a break, the ball's on, must have come off a defender. Nunawading here with some space out on the wing.
But can't get past
not enough to bet Ebu Kapar, and he moves it up the field. Zebra's just pegged back for a second here. Kolfalar, one touch. Now we're out. Jardel. Bit of space, and he does.
Really
like a racehorse. Looking
go,
up.
Joe.
Alec Goodwin to his far. Alec Goodwin, he could go on his own. Could go on his own. Oh, he's just unable to wrap his foot around it, Dominic.
He was.
For a side net.
Had Goodwin there, had McLean coming in the box as well, but he did all the hard running, Joe, so he was entitled to go in there and take his
He was
chances.
entitled. You know, I'd always like to see players try to cut in front of their
Definitely,
defenders
exactly.
like that. When there's a little bit of a nibble or a trip happening there, it could be a penalty. But to his credit, stayed on his feet. Nunawading. Their only outlet so far, Borbor Sam. Bit of speedster.
But Petrov.
Oh,
No, free kick given against.
against Petrov by the looks of it.
Yep.
Not quite sure I saw too much in that, Dominic.
No. Both players going for the ball. Thought it was a fair challenge from either player, but referee thought otherwise. Carfala to take the free kick now. Short one taken, finds Madoka in the middle. Madoka turns, looks for his options. Coming back through the middle, still in the middle of the park here, retreats all the way back to his defender. So no easy options forward here for Nunawading. Zebra's doing well in closing them and zoning. Coming through now, turned over. McLean with the ball now. Keeps it, turns, back to Mahazi in the middle. Mahazi back out to Williams. Williams with the ball, looking his options forward. Takes a touch, goes through along the ground, but cut off there by Nunawading. Win the ball back in the middle. Comes out wide. Looking for the run of Madoka. Madoka now with the ball in the middle. Goes forward. Nunawading trying to string a couple of passes together here, but ball trickles over the line for another Zebras throw-in.
Ebu Kapar will take the result and throw in. Zebras so far unable to push the advantage. Goodwin chests it down. McLean gets it to hang on the ball. Josh Mack fires it in for looking for space. Goodwin doesn't get there, but he chases it down. The keeper has to push it away to the right-hand side. Kapar gets his head to it. A lovely challenge. Lovely, fair, strong. Forces Nunawading back into the corner. They try to come out with some circles. Kalfalar holding up for Madoka. Triangles. Kalfalar. Zebra's not letting him breathe. This time they get out. They do. But Slongor,
all the way back to
Slongor
Genese.
reads the game very well, Dominic.
He does. Genese hikes it high up and under over the ground. Jadel getting underneath it. Brings it to the ground. Can't get past the tackle there of Bobo Sam. Sam now with it out wide. Looking for the options through the middle. Williams now putting the pressure, retreating back again.
Williams has been sucked out of that centre half role. Rashid Mahazi's gone to sit straight away. Then the skipper, Sulphus play. Now he comes back, Williams. Mahazi goes back into the middle.
Chana Slongor now to cover there for the Zebras. Nunawading player goes to ground too easily there for
no card, whereas
his liking.
That could have been perceived as a massive dive.
Don't think he appealed too much about it though, Jace. That's why the referee didn't
Mahazi now
pursue it any further.
looks up. Skipper's worked his socks off today, creating creating the passages of play, covering when he needs to. Finds Cardamone out on the left-hand side. David Cardamone. This time looks inside for Josh Mack. Back outside to Cardamone, left foot, lovely
Cross.
ball.
Oh, Jadell walks past it. Didn't expect to get the touch there. McMonagle, he has with it, takes a shot, deflected. Petrov with it. Oh, shot Petrov just wide.
Just off the side of his boot there, Dominic.
It was, Joe, yes.
I think Melissa Jardel wasn't expecting that ball to find itself. It looked like he just strolled past it.
He did. Nunawading still with the play now. Stoney managed to get out of their 18-yard box now. Carfala picks the ball up. Takes a couple of touches. Looking for his options forward, but he's got nothing on. Zebra's zoning well. Retreats all the way back to Madoka. He's still sitting deep there for Nunawading. Zebra's doing a fantastic job.
Turnover.
Madoka and...
unlucky.
Referee's called a handball there. Surely there was...
Gee, you got to be tough, eh? The ball comes at you like a rocket. You put your foot out, hits you on the hand, and it's a free kick.
Free kick, unfortunately.
Your hand didn't move away. But anyway, Nunawading with the ball. Go inside, looking for that 1-2. Good work by Mahazi to worry him out of it.
Tatiana Slongo fakes the pass. McMonagle has with it, back to Mahazi. Mahazi with it now, retreats back to Slongo. Slongo with time, finds Ibu Kapar out wide. Kapar with it now, goes along the ground, finds Cardamone. Done by Cardamone. Plenty of space here for him now, takes a couple of touches, assesses his options, comes back through the middle to Goodwin. Goodwin with it now, back out wide to Cardamone. Look at the room that Cardamone's got out there.
Massive space.
He just cross let him down, unfortunately.
He's also got some lead in that foot of his, so if you get it wrong, it still looks like it's been cannoned somewhere. The Zebra's still piling on some pressure here. Clearance by the keeper. Nunawading unable to get it out of that right-hand corner.
Goodwin's still not making it easy for him. Look at that brilliant pressure. Look at this
Johnny Mack
Zebras.
hunting in packs, Moreland Zebras, and get a reward by getting the throw in.
Sensational to see, Joe, how the Zebras, like you said, hunting in packs and not giving Nunawading any easy options out of their back line.
Abu Kapar with about his 51st throw in for the game.
Throw in taken.
Looks for Goodwin. Lays it off to JMI. Looks inside this time, wants to go by himself and does so.
Oh! Absolutely brilliant. Josh Mack scores a blinder for the Zebras.
And that's the brace for JMI. Moreland Zebras 5, Nunawading 0.
Unbelievable strike by Josh McMonagle. He turned, he got the ball from outside the 18-yard box, giving him space to Nunawading defenders, and he just went bang. And it's a 5th goal there for the Moreland Zebras. Moreland Zebras 5, Nunawading 0. The league leaders, Joe, putting their
stamp on the game.
Here's the first substitution for the Moreland Zebras, and coming off, defender number 20, Tiziano Slongo, being replaced by number 2, Andrew Kerr.
Yes, Tiziano well-earned rest there. Andrew Kerr been out with injury, the fullback. You may have heard this JDM announcer there that Andrew Kerr's come on to replace stalwart Tiziano Slongo, who's earned a well-earned rest.
So I think a tactical move there from Falstall, Joe, for the up-and-coming FFA Cup match during
Wednesday
the week.
night.
So just giving Tiziano a bit of a rest. Had another solid performance from him today. He's been inspirational there in the back line for the Zebras. As McLean with it now, out wide to Ebu Kapar. Kapar, first time cross. Jardel! He's missed the sitter in front there, unfortunately.
Can't get his head down.
I don't think he expected to have that much time again, Joe. He's had a couple of chances there where he hasn't expected to have the much room that he had. And unfortunately, he just needed to get it touched down and got too much under it and went over the bar.
He did indeed.
So, Nunawading with it now. Turning, retreating once again. Zebra's doing well, pushing them back, not giving them the options any forward. Long one over the top now. Here comes Kerr for his first implementation of the game. Doesn't get a touch though. Comes through, Mahazi goes past him. Ball come out wide. Looking for the cross there, but Josh Mack closing. Jadal Malesh closing. Tries to get past him. Keeps going though. Brilliantly done, unfortunately. Nunawading with the ball. Carfala with it. Spills, loses possession. Referee calling for a free kick, but Mahazi takes it off, but Kalfala, and then retreats back to Josh Mack. Josh Mack into the middle to Katamoni. Back to Jadel Malesh. Malesh back to Mahazi. Mahazi to Josh Mack. The brace goal scorer here today for the Zebras, as well as Alec Goodwin. And then Mahazi with the single goal of the match. So Kerr with his first touch of the game. Finds Petrov. Petrov with it. Takes a touch. Back to Kerr.
Yeah, Andrew, have another touch, Andrew. And looks
Goes
inside. Finds
Brilliant
JMI. He's going to look at Williams. Williams, though, comes inside this time. Under a little bit of pressure, but still maintains it. Looks for Petrov. He's going to look wide here for Milish Jardel and does so. Well, he turns it over almost, and he does.
Nope, free kick, though. There was a free kick.
Ooh.
Checked him late.
Didn't see that.
Got a couple one. This is a play before Joe. Malesh also got checked behind play. The referee didn't see that one, but he did see this one. So resulting free kick now for the Zebras. As there's a bit more movement there at the halfway line, Joe. I think the Zebras are going to make their second substitution of the match.
Looks like Aaron Turner getting stripped and ready. So the young midfielder, or Goodwin, just let it roll under his feet. But yeah, looks like Aaron Turner getting his coming back from injury. Played 30 minutes against Whittlesea Rangers last week. Pulled up okay. Did a lot of work on the track this week. Looking fairly sharp, so it's another opportunity to get some game time before the Port Melbourne FFA Cup clash. Borbor Sam, been one of their better ones today, Dominic.
He has been, Joe, yes, definitely.
There's a long ball, they're in some space here. Can Kerr get to it?
Does.
He does.
Referee said he got the ball. Comes back
Andrew
out wide.
Kerr.
Comes now to Petrov. Malesh with it now. Petrov controls, turns, finds Mahazi in the middle. Mahazi with the ball. Kafala pressuring him, puts him down. But Rashid Mahazi strong enough to win the ball and get it to Jacob Williams. Williams back to Mahazi. Mahazi one touch out wide to Ibu Caper. Now to Cardamone. Brilliant build-up play there by the Zebras. Cardamone with the ball now. Switch it to the middle.
Look at Petrov on some space here. McMonigal sees him.
Petrov out wide. He's checked him and he's gone down for another.
Ramrod tackle by...
Yes.
I mean, I just don't understand what they're all about, those sort of tackles. You can't leave a trailing leg.
No.
Petrov rather gingerly gets up on him, and Borbor Sam pats him on the back and said, no malice intended there, sir. 18 is Aaron Turner coming off. I'm not quite sure who's going to make way for him, but I'd imagine Milish Jardel. Done a bit of running today, Milish Jardel. Looks like he's going to make the slow walk over to the bench. Well, might be after this free kick. We're going to wait. Wait, says Cravalli, and the team manager walks back to his box. Might see the resultant free kick first. Johnny McLean stands over it, hands on hips. JMI at the far post. Oh, Jardel doesn't get his head to it. It was a Nunawading head. Oh no, Josh Mack takes it. Cardamone with some space. A little bit too casual. Can't get it past the defender there. Or he still wins it and gets another corner. This time I think they'll make the change, and they will. And number 18 is coming off. No. We're going all over the place here. So Aaron Turner, nothing yet. So substitution for Nunawading, 14 going off. And somebody else coming on. Don't worry about them. We won't say anything because we can't really see what's going on there with the numbers. The fourth official, very nonsensical and lackadaisical with the numbers, are only up for about 1 second.
Substitution for the Moreland Zebras. Coming off, number 12, Milish Jardel, being replaced by number 18, Aaron Turner.
So Aaron Turner makes his second substitutes appearance in a couple of weeks after coming on against Whittlesea Rangers.
Penalty awarded there for the Zebras, Joe. Didn't see that one. And
I'm not... Yeah, look, it looks like it is, because
yes.
I have that familiar stance and look that Alec Goodwin looks like he's going to stroll to the penalty.
Yes, he's going to step up and take it.
I'm not quite sure. I didn't see Dominic. I mean, I find it farcical that the game can come on and people are walking on and off the pitch. Alec Goodwin, one step. Can he make it 6 and a hat-trick?
Goal to Alec
And he
Goodwin.
does.
Moreland Zebras 6. Nunawading 0. And it's a hat-trick for Alec Goodwin.
Hat-trick goal scorer, number 9, Alec Goodwin. Moreland Zebras 6, Nunawading 0.
So brilliant goal there from Alec Goodwin, resulting penalty taken. He now has his hat-trick. First one of the season, I think, for him, Joe. So brilliantly done there by Alec Goodwin. And perfect time to be scoring goals just before our FFA clash during the week.
A nice tune-up of confidence for Moreland Zebras front three. A lot of work being done. As I say, I do apologise for not seeing what the penalty was all about, but got some strange goings on with substitutions and fourth officials and linesmen and so forth. It's an area of the game, Dom, that I think the FFE can work on to get a little bit better than it's working at the moment.
Definitely, Joe.
The paper system was employed. I think we're the only club that actually has the little tickets on a pad that we write out, but I don't think the officials are all that keen on accepting those things. Hence, everything's rushed and scrambled.
So
not a criticism, just an observation.
Ball now spurts out wide to
Kalfalar playing in the centre half role now. Nunawading saying, can't be that bad. We're not that bad a side. And they're not. Just the Moreland Zebras today have been on their gun.
Just been clinical, Joe, finishing our chances.
Ball Sam, step over, goes left. Been a busy bee all the time, runs into himself.
Goal kick.
Kicks the ball against his own leg and it rolls out for a goal kick. Andre Billy Idol Genese, not keen on speeding that up. Not going to feature heavily in the highlights reel today, Genese. Not too much to be called on. I mentioned that to him. He said he didn't really want to do that and stay in the limelight. He wants to stay out of the limelight. Today he has. Goodwin gets his head to the ball.
Goes up for the second ball
and
as
again,
well.
won't give it up. This time he
Really
hops
does.
it over. Lovely touch. Cardamone on some space. He finds Josh Mack. Oh, just overrates him, and Kalfalar shows all of that 200 game experience by getting in the way there. Bor Sam just can't hang on to it again. And the Zebras will take the throw in.
Petrov with it
in
now.
front of the Keilor collision sign. Keilor collision. Massive supporter of Moreland Zebras.
So Kalfalar with the ball now for Nunawading. Zebras commanding 6-0 leaders so far. 6 goals to 0 versus Nunawading. Nunawading with it now. Retreating, but there's Goodwin turned over. Oh, can't win it back for the Zebras, unfortunately. Ball gets cleared. Back to Madoka. Madoka flicks over the top. Long one through.
It's a lovely ball. Genese's on to this one.
He's got this one, Joe. He'll pick this hit. And
decides to put it out. I'm not quite sure.
Could have done a little bit better there, Joe. Could have taken a touch or could have...
Kapar was to his left. It wasn't a bad touch, but nonetheless, throw in for Nunawading. In front of the Forza Juve sign.
Throw comes in.
Handball there. See it from this distance, and it's called at long last.
Yes.
I have the privilege of glasses, Dominic, but that was a handball.
That was a handball, definitely,
we called it way before the referee called it. So good signs and a nice little tune-up for Wednesday night. With any luck, Genese just pokes it up high. Not the greatest delivery. Kalfalar now sitting deep and playing virtually like a centre-half role. Bit of pressure there, but Franken kicks it out. Nunawading looking to work their triangles again. This time Kawajawa goes wide. Bor Sam with a heavy touch. Does well to get it back again though, the youngster.
Mahazi putting the pressure. Brilliantly done. Trades to Kalfalar. Goes a long way over the top. Nice ball through, but it's called offside.
Lovely ball, and Don looks like he's just kept ahead of the proceedings. Devon Don, the number 9. Not a great deal of service today for the Nunawading centre forward. A young Maxim Ilic looks like he's stripped and ready to go, and the 17-year-old who's got some nice prowess about him. Reminds me of a little bit of a Patrick Vieira type player. I think he's one of those ageing, slightly younger German Shepherd puppies. Bit arms and legs, but certainly got the nous for the game.
Looks like they'll make their third and final substitution.
And he is Maxim Ilic. Looks like they're coming on. A bit of a sprint away here by the 23, Taj Minikon. He's still in possession. This time goes inside, gives it away to Josh Mack, who lays it off to Rashid Mahazi. says, don't panic. Jacob Williams has it now.
Brilliantly done
inside.
for the Zebras.
Moreland Zebras at ease. Coming out. Ooh, Abu overruns it. Bit keen there from the full-back. Has to come backwards now. Looks inside again. Rashid Mahazi, always available, Dominic.
Yeah, he is definitely, Joe.
Absolutely always available. Finds Dave Cardamone in space again. The chunky midfielder rolls it out to Andrew Kerr. He's keen to keep the ball rolling. It's come back. Cardamone says, you have it. Williams gone to his left. Buying some space. No rush here from Moreland Zebras. Just looking to pick the angles. Now Andrew Kerr can come. Does he come down the channel? Goes straight down the centre. Ooh, Ben Kalfalar gets his head to it. Nunawading using him as a spill over there by Madoka. Gives the ball away to Petrov. Nunawading using Kalfalar as a centre half sweeper type of environment.
Turner with it now.
Aaron Turner. Oh, unceremoniously dumped there by Kalfalar was Alec Goodwin, and the Zebras will take the resultant free kick on the wrong side of the D for Moreland Zebras. Gingerly gets up off his feet. Innocuous tackle, but they're not good ones. So
yep. Substitution now.
Substitution for Moreland Zebras.
Rashid
Coming off Rashid Mahazi,
yep.
And the skipper's done well.
So Mahazi coming off, being replaced by...
Substitution for Moreland Zebras, coming off skipper number 6, Rashid Mahazi. Coming on, number 22, Maximilic.
So Maximilic coming on for the Zebras. Josh Mack with the resultant free kick, takes it, but well over the bar there. Tried to replicate his free kick from the first half, but not doing so there.
Young Maxim here will be very pleased, the youngster. Puts himself about for a young bloke.
Brilliantly turned over by the Zebras there. Won by Turner. Finds Goodwin. Goodwin out wide to Josh Mack. Mack with the cross. Looking through. Comes Goodwin. Takes a shot, Goodwin, but didn't get the curl on it, I don't think, Joe. He was aiming for that far post, but...
his left foot let him down there. He has hit them before, Alec Goodwin, but nice space created by JMI's cutback. Trying to fit the armband on. Fits easily on Josh's arm, the captain's armband.
Yep.
Been a replacement for a little while in the leadership group for the last 2 or 3 years at Moreland Zebras. And a 6-year byproduct of Moreland Zebras Football Club is Josh McMonagle. He has. In front of the Bell collision sign.
Petrov.
They turn it over. Petrov makes him pay. Minicon doesn't get it his own way. Becomes the throw-in for Moreland Zebras.
Petrov with it now. Throws, finds Turner. Turner with it, switches. There's that pole again, Joe. Can't see the there, but Turner's still with the ball. Cardamone with
12%.
it.
12%. Nice one touch with Cardamone. He's been good, Cardamone. Goes inside, goes outside, being hung on to. The referee says, no, you've still got it. Play on. J Mack's got time to turn around. Josh Mack. He sees McMonagle. He has out wide. Can he take it down on his chest? He does. He does, but another Nunawading player there, Matthew Organa, gets his foot to it. Illich, lovely ball to the far post, and Johnny Mack just gets underneath it. Hello? He's called offside. That's okay.
Yep.
A little bit of scrambling there, but young Maxim Illich with the fine ball into the 6-yard box. John Mack just couldn't get there, got there ahead of time. Wherever you're listening, you're hoping you enjoyed today's proceedings from Marvellous Moreland as we find Moreland Zebras up 6-0, leading into the 38-minute mark, I make it. Could be a little bit wrong there. Some of the crowd have seen enough and giving the thumbs up as they walk out the door. Turner starts proceeding off. Kier. Back to Genese. Oh, he side foots it. Oh, a bit too heavy there. We've unnecessarily given it away, but no. Nunawading unable to hold on to it. And back it comes. Kapar gets it out the way and we can just regroup again. Unnecessarily tough ball there by Aaron Turner. A little bit of a fluster, but back to the status quo. Resume normal service as Nunawading put the ball wide. Not been their day today for a team, Dominic, that has an abundance of football talent and a methodology behind it. I've got to be saying that they've sort of under-delivered today. I'm not quite sure what the strategy is there. As Josh Mack makes his way in, John McLean makes his way in, and ooh,
corner. Just some
lucky to get a hand to
Joe from around the grounds. Dandenong City, 83rd minute 1, Ballarat 2. 83rd minute, Eastern Lions 1, Werribee City 2.
Big result for Ballarat there. Danny Nedic should be well pleased with that at the moment.
Yes. 87th minute, Langwarrin 1, Brunswick City 4. 89th minute, Melbourne City 1, Melbourne Victory 5. 84th minute, North Geelong 1, Murray United 0. 86th minute, Sunshine Georgies 1, Springvale White Eagles 1. And 70th minute, the Ballarat Box Hill United 0, Whittlesea Rangers 0. As the corner was taken there from the Zebras, gets cleared by Nunawading, goes out for a throw-in for the Zebras out wide.
I've got to say, I'm looking around at people like Massimo Madoka here and Ben Calfalar. Ben's having to play as a free roll sweeper, and Madoka there just hooked the ball away. I think that enough pressure today has been absorbed, and we're not really wanting to concede another one. Moreland Zebras keen to just maintain the momentum. Andrew Kerr with plenty to prove, sprays it out wide. It doesn't go where we wanted to. Nunawading actually get it. Kapar in the road and forces a throw in on the other side of the ground. Nunawading go long. Minicon. Doubles back. Lays back. I'm not sure who it is because it's behind the pole, but Eric comes. No, it's still behind the pole.
Madoka with it now.
Madoka is forced back by Illich. The youngster looking to control space. The Zebras lined across like soldiers. Ball goes out wide to Don.
Still not clear.
Ball Sam, it's not dealt with just yet. The ball's still in the box. Out it comes again. This time Illich gets it out. Only half-hearted to Madoka. He sends it back in. Nudge on the back. Referee says nothing. Headed away by Turner. Ball Sam has it. He's looking up. A little bit of pressure here from Nunawading. Good to see. Behind the pole again we go. This time we go wide.
Nunawading with it out wide now.
Matthew O'Connor. O'Connor lays it back for Ball Sam. He finds O'Connor again inside. Not much movement. Zebras happy to control the space. This time they go in for Don. Back behind the pole. Madoka spreads it wide for O'Connor again. He cuts inside for Minicon. Bit of possession today. Ball Sam. And again it spills out in Nunawading's favour. Madoka finds some room for Taj Minicon. He decides to come back. Zebra just patrolling the space. Ball Sam has one.
Brilliantly done by
Illich forces himself onto the ball and moves it away for John McLean to get. Releases Alex Goodwin on the left-hand side. Alec Goodwin gets in front of him, held back.
There's going to be a yellow card there.
And there's another yellow card, and it's Fayed Ben Calfalar who receives a yellow card. Not much choice there. Young Alec Good was scooting in.
He was
looking to cut inside and maybe unleash a shot. So professional foul there by Ben. A lot of hands on hips from the Nunawading players at the moment. That's a clear sign. Here we go. We start again. John McLean. John McLean looking to go to that corner. I'd rather try and get the corner or the throw in. And indeed, we lose the throw in. It's one of those positions, Dom, but don't really like to see. There's plenty of time in the game. We're not ready for that. Throw in. Goodwin with his hands up. Kapar. Gets it easily, lays it back. Williams. Not much to do today, Williams. Kerr gets some valuable touches. Illich makes himself available. Lays it back again. Turner. Zebras controlling the flow. Williams out wide to Kapar. There's the sun sets beyond the Ardam here at Marvellous Moreland. Cardamone flies inside, sees a bit of space for John Mack.
Offside flags up.
Oh, he's just when he's rolled the defender. Don't know that I quite saw that, but this angle doesn't give us the best opportunity, Dominic. So I've got to say the linesman has done his job.
He was in line there, so he saw it. So
hope you're enjoying today's broadcast and telecast brought to you by Mirabella Lighting. Always stay one step ahead and keep in the light.
Just a little bit of a lull in play here while Nunawading take their throw in. Throw in taken now. Tries to get past 1-0, doesn't get past.
Illich stands up, controls it, rolls back, finds Kapar. Throw in for Moreland Zebras.
He's done well, young Illich, Joe, holding his own there in the middle.
No nonsense, knows where he's at. Look around, and able to look up. Well drilled by the 20s coach, Frank Patrica. The youngster is one of the 3 or 4 boys that's had a bit of a gallop up in the first team, which is what we like to see from football coaches. Joe. Here's John McLean on the burst. Goes left, no one there. It's a lovely ball, but just got under it, Josh Mack, as he battled for possession. They come out. Ogbonna, Matthew Ogbonna looks back.
But yet nothing down the ground, Joe. They still have to retreat, though. They had the open space, but...
Ben Kalfalar playing ball Sam. Probably their most dangerous. Andrew Kerr's got his hands on his shoulders. Going to be a free kick. It's going to be a free kick if he doesn't, he maintains it, so he doesn't blow.
And long one over the top, trickles over the line for another Zebras throw-in. It's the 86th minute of play here. It's the Moreland Zebras 6, Nunawading 0.
We sort of started a little bit late on the second half.
We did, Joe,
I'm not quite sure exactly where they're going, but well in control, Moreland Zebras.
Janeza now, big high up and under once again. Illich getting underneath it.
Stands his ground, the youngster. Turner collects. Oh, Illich just misjudges it, lands on his chest. Nunawading still there.
And Williams gets a foot on it and out for another Nunawading corner.
In the meanwhile, Brunswick City's given Langwarren a thumping at 4-1 at 90-minute mark. Ballarat 2-1 over Dandy City. The Georgies and Springvale still sharing the points. North Geelong just shading Murray United. Eastern Lions going under at the moment, 90-minute plus to Werribee, and 0-0 still at Box Hill United and Whittlesea Rangers. And here at the 87-minute mark, Moreland Zebras 6, Nunawading City 0.
Nunawading with it now, comes through, Carfalla with it, makes his way across now into the edge of the 18, retreats back once again, looking for the cross to come in, nothing doing there, Zebras zoning well, keeping the pressure on there, not giving the easy ball in. All the way back now. That will suit the Zebras. They're happy with that. Ball comes all the way back. Goes through the middle now. Kalfala tries to get possession. Doesn't. Kapar gets the ball. There's a rash tackle there on Cardamone. But
there's one coming up here for John.
But it's offside once again. Oh. But the referee's brought it back. Has he brought it back for a free kick?
It's an offside. It's an offside. I just don't like that. See, it's an offside and they've got a yellow card. So I'm really not sure as to why, but don't like that rule where they call it late.
Yes.
Anything can happen. Saving some blushes there for Nunawading City again. 7 looks worse than 6. But 6 is the best it is at this stage for Moreland Zebras over Nunawading City. And a nice little tune-up for Wednesday night as Josh Mack makes his way to get a drink.
Yes, just a reminder, listeners, for the FFA Cup match this Wednesday night. It's at JL Murphy Reserve at 7:30 kickoff, is it, Joe?
7:30 kickoff at JL Murphy Reserve, correct.
Sharks, so.
And just a reminder of the 70th birthday bash for Moreland Zebras on June 9th, Saturday night, June 9th. It's at Remmel Ballroom. There's still a number of seats left available. They're building up nicely, Dom.
It is, Joe. It's selling very nicely, so there's still tickets available for anyone interested. Contact the club on 0421 427 621, or you can send an email through to zebrasgala@gmail.com. Tickets can also be purchased from the club at Desheen Reserve on a Tuesday and Thursday night. It's going to be a fantastic evening, I think, Joe, and a celebration of the club's
Indeed, we've
birthday.
got various championship players from various eras attending, so it'll be a nice night of celebrations. Something to enjoy. 70 years of football. Nunawading, Kalfalar now playing freely as a sweeper role in the old-fashioned sense. Good enough to go forward. Finds Minicon. Hasn't been great. Bullied out of it by Aaron Turner and Illich. Zebras take possession again. Turner comes back to collect, a la Rashid Mahazi. Cardamone finds the gap. Goodwin's into space here. Oh, it was a
Oh,
lovely
across
ball
the
across the
ball.
box, but JMI has just spent the petrol tickets, I think, most of the day and did not get there. Johnny Mack just ahead of the game, but earlier on, with a bit of petrol tickets, may have been a tapping goal. Josh Mack thumps the ball back into Nunawading. They take possession again. Madoka playing very deep. The three guns, Minikon, Kalfala, Madoka playing in the back third. Not a good sign. Bor Sam even in his own half.
Referee talked into the yellow card there, I think, Joe.
Oh, it's just not... I just don't think that was warranted. But anyway, enough said. Don't want to be reprimanded by anybody. Long ball by Kalfala.
Brilliantly done by Ibu Kapar. Heads it so doesn't get the run through over the top. Nunawading with the ball now.
Johnny Mack makes 50-50 of it, doesn't get it. Hooked out wide by Kalfala.
But it's offside.
It's offside, it is. Can't be too much longer in the game. The Moreland Zebras are going to run out convincing winners today. And some good omens to work on for Coach Faustl Diamichis and his staff as we next venture to Port Melbourne for the FFA Cup Round 7 clash. One more win, see any of those sides go through to the national stage, and the last 4 of the Doherty Cup. So all to play for Moreland Zebras as Illich goes on the left foot, sprays it out wide, just a little bit too wide. Hits some of the spectators on the other side. Nunawading. Franken's a bit rattled at the moment. I don't think he wants to see the ball in his area anymore.
Brilliantly done there by young Illich, but
just gives away a free kick to the old timer. He's still busy on his feet, but he does most of his work now.
He's Joe, yes.
In the back half. Turner. Ball's no good there. JMI has it. Finds some space easily for himself. Looking at Johnny Mack, no good. Cardamone sides. I'll spray it out left. Comes back in. Aaron Turner's made himself available in the middle of the ground. Lifts his head up. Finds a little slot for JMI. He rolls the defender. Oh,
still with it. Oh, tackled off the ball.
Not quite sure what Johnny needs to do for a free kick, but he's able to roll defenders quite easily. Zebra's still playing champagne football at this stage. Oh, lovely inside.
And it's in. There it is. John McLean gets one. It's offside. He's called him offside.
We're just
and the frustration. I think he's
just saving the embarrassment here for Nunawading as the Zebras carved them up like a roast turkey on a Sunday, Dominic.
Just been given a yellow card as well, Joe.
Oh, what a shame.
He might have told the referee exactly what he thought of that.
Yeah, I've got to say, I didn't see that. There was enough close contest there not to make... oh, goodness, poor old Johnny Mack's had 2 disallowed goals. Otherwise... the turkey was well and truly carved up. There was a byplay there of 4 passes to cut them open like they weren't there. No bias on this side of the fence, Dominic, as you may have gathered. Moreland Zebras lead almost at the final stage of the game, 6-0. Another sparkling day of football at marvellous Moreland in the city of Moreland. Moreland Zebras 6, Nunawading 0. There's the final whistle.
The final whistle, Joe. So the Moreland Zebras take the 3 points here at CB Smith Reserve. It's a Moreland Zebras 6, Nunawading 0. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time today listening. And we'll join you next time when we play here at CB Smith Reserve in a fortnight's time. For today, thank you very much, Joe, for co-commentating. And
my pleasure, Dominic.
We'll see everyone in a fortnight.
Moreland Zebras 6.